This guy looked like a pure untouchable celestial. Even when female cultivators taught him shit, he didn't care one bit. Do you really have feelings? The female cultivator. Ideal. Then how about we do dual cultivation? The girl's jaw dropped.
Do dual cultivation?
Do demon clan people always move this fast? Before she could even recover from the shock, voices of other female cultivators came from the He Xing, you shameless, heartless jerk. We finally tried you down. 1 second you were sparing the rest of your life, and the moment I turned down your dual cultivation, you went and chased after our 16 sisters. Another woman chimed in just as furious.
And me? What about me?
Did you say you wanted to be with me? This creep. Don't trust him. I just got back from a trip down the mountain. Found out the so-called demon lord had already gone around. On every female cultivator from every major righteous sect out there. 6 junior sisters' eyes filled with tears. Is what they're saying true? Is it perfectly normal for two people to love digital cultivation? If you're all unwilling, what's wrong with me finding someone else? The real demon lord sat in his chair, watching this imposter shamelessly carry on with him cultivation. Absolutely human. Someone better explain this. Where did this person impersonating me He Xing even come from? My lord, he appeared out of nowhere shortly after you went into school a few months ago. He hasn't really done anything major, just used your name to flirt with female disciples from every cultivation sect out there. In just a few months, he's worked his way through nearly every major sect worth naming. He Xing let out a cold, chilling laugh.
Oh, is that?
Someone actually had the nerve to use my name.
The lord's name?
I'd love to see just how gutsy this person really is. Yu Shen had already been chased off the mountain by the dual cultivation. He was incredibly frustrated. I just don't get it. Things were going so smoothly, but the moment I bring up dual cultivation, everyone treats me like I'm a total monster. Just then, the fake god Nan Kang tracked him down. Yu Chen, I heard you already went down to find someone for dual cultivation, but I hadn't even sorted out your cover identity in the mortal world yet. Why did you just go ahead and jump down? Yu Chen was caught off guard. Didn't you hand me all those scrolls? I didn't tell me to pick an identity from. Nan Kang was loose. Those scrolls were just so you get a feel for the current situation down below. Not for you to just pick an identity. Yu Shen went quiet. One day in the heavens is a full year. It felt like just a moment up in the divine. Had already been several months in so this whole time he'd been running around under someone else's identity. Nan Kang was speechless. Let me set up a proper identity for you. I've got something that'll help. Nan Kang looked mighty pleased with himself. I poured my heart and soul into writing it. It'll definitely come in handy for you. You wrote it. Weren't you chasing after Flower Goddess for almost 800 years? And you've gotten absolutely nowhere. Nan Kang replied with full confidence. If you don't want it, hand it back. Yu Shen immediately tucked the book away and asked if there was anything else. There may be fragments of the Qiankong stone. You need to head to Shiwu Valley and make sure you recover those fragments before the celestial demon descends into this world. Yu Chen took it all in and understood. In the blink of an eye, he arrived at Shiwu Valley. A man in black came flying straight. He was surprised. This place was usually completely deserted. What was this person doing here? And why did he look so murderous? Yu Chen asked, puzzled. May I ask who you are? The man in black was the real demon. He'd come to Shiwu Valley for the Qiankong stone and ran right into this thief. He was absolutely. You first state your name. Yu Chen raised his hand in a polite salute. The demon lord. The demon lord's jaw clenched. Some people just never learn. Very well then. You'll leave your life here today. And with that he moved in for the kill. Yu Chen was completely baffled. Why is this guy attacking me the second we meet? After a few exchanges, he was even more shocked. This man had a pure single element ice spirit root, a once-in-a-century rarity. Yu Chen had long given up hope of finding someone with such a rare pure ice spirit root for dual cultivation. He had been thinking he just have to do it multiple times with different people to make up for the elemental mismatch. But heaven had delivered. This was exactly the perfect candidate he needed. He absolutely could not let this slip. So he immediately pulled back and reached out. Hold on. The demon lord was beyond patient. What? Any last words? Yu Shen moved him closer, almost eagerly. May I ask your name? How old are you? Where do you live? Are you seeing anyone? This creep goes after men too. Absolutely trashing my reputation. He instantly unleashed a deadly strike. Want to know who I am? Go ask the Grim Reaper yourself. Yu Shen dodged and laid back. That was cut. If that had actually landed, a divine body would have drawn down a heavenly lightning strike for sure. I can't let him get struck down by. No way am I losing a pure ice spirit root this rare. I have no idea why he's so hostile toward me. But maybe I can try using a romance that Nan Kang gave me to smooth things over. So he grabbed the demon lord's hand, quickly searched his memory for the chapter on couples fighting, and recited the word for word. You can hit me, you can yell at me, but you can't disappear on me. Then he pressed his hand dramatically too. When I can't see, I go absolutely crazy. Just forgive me, and I'll give you everything, even my old life. The demon lord was barely holding his rage together. Where did this guy get the nerve to say such cringe-worthy lines to his face? And in that completely flat, emotionless voice no less. He was strikingly handsome. The moment he met someone he'd asked him to cultivate together, which everyone saw shamelessly disgust. He Xing demanded furiously. Who the hell are you? What do you want? Qian was actually to hear that. She actually stopped attacking. He'd found that line in his romance handbook. Turns out it really worked. So he sincerely said what was on his mind. I want to cultivate with you. That only made He Xing even more furious. Who gave you the nerve? How dare you have those kinds of thoughts about me? Yu Shen didn't dare improvise anymore. One wrong word and she'd blow up. A lover's heart really is impossible to read. Looks like he'd better check the handbook. He said frantically. I messed up. Let me try again. The demon lord had never met anyone like this. This creep had such an otherworldly, refined air about him, that even after all his bizarre behavior, she found herself actually holding back for a moment. But after a while, the creep still hadn't said a word. What are you even trying to say? Why'd you go quietly at? Yu Chen just waved his hand up. Bear with me just 1 second. He Xing was waiting for what? Oh, Yu Chen, I'm figuring out what to say to you. Won't peg la. But the demon lord suspected he was just stalling, cooking up some big more. Her eyes turned cold and dead. What exactly? But the shameless creep just inched closer and said, I was thinking about your eyes, your brows, your smile, everything about y'all. He Xing heard that and hit the roof. I must have lost my mind here, waiting for this creep to try again. He thought to himself, was that answer still wrong? So he cautiously asked, sorry, give me a little more time to look it up. He Xing finally snapped. You're out of time. Prepare to die. She was about to strike when a low roar suddenly echoed from the distance. Yu Chen recognized it. It was the Qi Yan Qulin. He Li Xing found. So you're here for the Qi Yan Qulin too. Fine. We both tracked it down at the same time. So let's see who's good enough to take it. As the top sword cultivator in the heavenly realm, even with his powers suppressed, Yu Chen was still stronger than the demon lord who had years. Knowing the path ahead was too dangerous, he shot forward and flew past her. He Li Xing was stunned. This guy had just blown right past her. What kind of cultivation level did this crew? But in a moment of carelessness, she was blasted off her feet by a surge of flame. Yu Chen, with his quick reflex, had neatly dodged the attack. Looking at the demon lord sprawled on the ground, Yu Chen said, Sorry, I forgot you were behind me. I shouldn't have dodged. Then he reached out to help her up. He Li Xing shoved his hand away in disgust. Stay away from me, you shameless creep. Yu Chen had no idea what else to do, but I really am not a creep. Had come from an unconscious man. Yu Chen brushed the hair from his face. It was Liu Bei, who was one of the top sword cultivators in the heavenly realm. How did he end up in such a sorry state? And that person by synergy just now, wasn't that incredibly dangerous? No way, a perfectly compatible cultivation partner is incredible. He can't die. Just as that thought crossed his mind, he saw Liu Bei pushing through his injury and charging straight at the Qi Yan Qulin. Yu Chen's eyes went wide. Don't do anything, Rak. The demon lord ignored him, treating him as nothing more than a rival, and drove all her ice swords straight into him. But in the next instant, the Qulin blazed with wrath and sent every single ice sword flying back. Li Xing hadn't seen that coming at all and had no time to get out of the way. At the last possible, Yu Shen lunged and threw himself in front of her. In an instant, his white robes were stained with blood. The demon lord stood frozen. This creep had just taken the hit for her. He threw himself in. Zhuge cultivation within him could they seal the ancient that's about to emerge and spare all six from devastating. Being rescued by someone he despised, he Li Xing with mixed feelings, but he wasn't the type to forget a favor, so he stepped forward. How badly you hurt? Yu Chen couldn't spare the attention to deal with him. The place was the mist, devouring valley, sure enough suppressed cultivation power. So he waved a hand, signaling the other to back off and settled in to meditate. Being completely ignored, he Li Xing felt his pride take a hit. He got a cool stuff you think I actually wanted to ask about. Oh, go meditate by yourself. With that, he went off to track down the crimson flame jewel. A quarter hour later, Yu Chen finally finished meditating. He knew that with the spirit root nearby, computer getting Tiancong stone from the Qulin anytime soon was off the table. He'd probably be stuck in the mist devouring valley for several more days. But how am I supposed to get the ice spirit root to agree to dual cultivate with me? I really need to hit books. That romance guide isn't going to study itself. He kept turning the thought over in his mind as he dragged Liu Bei along, trying to get him to say. The romance guide had a whole chapter called The Hero Says the Beauty. It said if you ever find yourself in that situation, you're lucky star. The more pain you show in that moment, the more guilt and gratitude you stir up in the other person. It hit him like a lightning bolt. Wasn't that exactly what he'd just done? And I completely blew my shot at it. Guess I'll have to wait for the next chance. Shen sighed, and just as that thought crossed his mind, a pair of dark boots trimmed with gold embroidery stepped into his field of vision. It turned out the demon lord had come up empty chasing the Qulin and worried about leaving this badly wounded man behind. Someone who had, after all, saved his life. He doubled back. He gave a light cough, though his tone was anything but warm. Yu Chen thought to himself, he's checking on me. This is my chance. He put on a show, launching into a violent coughing startled. Didn't you seem fine just a second ago? What's going on with you? Following the guide's instructions, Yu Chen said in a pain-suffering voice, don't worry about me. He said those words but kept coughing like his life. The demon lord cussed off. He gave him a suspicious look. Who said anything about worry? And if you've got some kind of illness, don't go blaming it on me. It has nothing to do with me. Now, this reaction was nothing, and like what the book described. Maybe just coughing doesn't look bad enough. Let's check awful. He channeled his spiritual energy and forced a mouthful of blood up to his fingers. A truly pitiful. He's his fists, completely fed up. Does this creep think I'm blind? Can't he see that blood was forced out with spiritual energy? Sure, hit by my sword. Those were surface wounds. Where's all this blood supposed to be coming from? Are you ever going to stop messing with me? He must have had a screw loose to even bother checking on this creep. Fudai turned and started walking away. Yu Chen saw he had no other option, pulled out another move from the romance guy playing dead. He quickly called out, "Hey, wait up!" Rushed after he Li Xing with Liu Bei on his back. He was storming off in a rage. He slightly attempted to look back. He barely lifted a foot when something behind him crashed down hard, sending him slamming face first into the ground. He was grinding his teeth. Get off me! Now! Yu Chen was committed to his fate, not a single twitch. The guide said to collapse into the lover's arms, but the ice spirit root only offered him a back, so that's the only thing he could collapse onto. He Li Xing was furious. Don't think pretending to pass it and make me look after you. You could drop dead right here and it still wouldn't be my part. Fine, lie there all you want. Get lost. He stood there waiting for a moment, then poked Yu Chen in the face. Are you actually passed out? He had despised Yu Chen before and never bothered to really look at him. Now, looking closely, he had to admit the man was strikingly beautiful, like a silk out of the pain. Yeah, like that and power like yours. Just how shameful must your real identity be that you'd need to impersonate someone else? Yu Chen's heart skipped a beat hearing that, but before he could think it through, a pair of large hands slipped under him and lifted him firmly off the ground. At the same just a very serious problem, Li Xing was willing to carry him, but had zero intention of doing anything about Liu Bei. After a long internal struggle, he finally opened his eye. Hold on, the demon lord thought to himself has still fear. Yu Chen pointed at Liu Bei. Has badly hurt and unconscious. But this place is crawling with monsters. If we just leave him here, he won't make it. Zhangda, can you take him with us too? A man who walks the path of harnessness stubbornly pursues the demon lord as his partner. But when it comes to romance, he's totally clueless and just follows a dating guide. His shameless confession jarred the demon lord absolutely. The demon lord is fuming. You're surprisingly considerate. But Yu Chen completely misses the sarcasm. He humbly replies, it was nothing really. He Li Xing snaps and throws him to the ground. Who the hell was complimenting you? So you weren't even passed out just now. She clenches her soul. If I fall for your act one more, I'll eat my hat. Yu Chen sees things are going south and quietly calls out, wait up, it's getting dark. We should find a place to camp. We can figure out the next move in the morning. He Li Xing shoots him a sideways glance. We're all rivals going after the Crimson Qulin. Why would I travel with you? Yu Chen says it's straight, because you can't beat the Crimson Qulin. The demon lord is called off guard and can't think of a comeback. She snaps back, go worry about that dead weight of yours first. Yu Chen hears that and suddenly remembers, how did I leave Liu Bei behind? He immediately hoists Liu Bei on his back and falls. Hey, Soja, wait up. The demon lord doesn't care and strides ahead without looking back. In no time, she's completely out. Darkness falls fast in the valley. In the distance, over a dozen pairs of eyes appear. Yu Chen's stomach drops. Meanwhile, the demon lord has been walking on for a while. She turns around and realizes that annoying creep has vanished without a trace. She frowns slightly. It's not safe at night. I need to find somewhere to lay low. Why haven't those two caught up? Just then, the howling of demon beasts echoes in the distance, and a flash of silver sword light cuts through the dark. Looks like a pack of show wolves. Is that sword light him fighting the wolves? The demon lord wrestles with us, muttering that it's none of her business whether he lives or dies. But she flies back anyway. Whatever. Call it a good deed. When she gets back, the wolf pack is moving in for the kill. Yu Chen is in rough shape, dragging an injured person. At the last possible, he Li Xing unleashes everything in an instant. Sword light blazes and the wolves scatter howling. The demon lord still wears her usual arrogance. A handful of shell wolves, and you're already a total mess. And you think you can compete with me for the crimson tulip? Yu Chen is still out of it. I thought you left. The demon lord lets out a cold. You saved me once. I saved you once. We're even. He Li Xing spots the wound on Yu Chen's shoulder in the moonlight. Yo, your shoulder. Yu Chen brow furrows. It's not looking good. Looks like I'll need your help tonight. He Li Xing is totally dismissive. Who said I'm helping you? She just glances old. You know this person. You're protecting him even with injuries like that. Don't tell me he's your lover. Yu Chen walks the path of heartlessness, having no idea what she. Right now the wolf venom is hitting his hard, so he just mumbles a vague response. The demon lord thinks just as she scoffs again. So he really is your lover. Now that you found him, stop going around running your mouth, or I'll tell him everything you've been up to. And just so you know, I'm only taking you in because you don't get any ideas. By now Yu Chen can't make out a word she's saying. Everything is spinning. He finally collapses into Li Xing's arms like he'd been hoping for, but he fights to keep his eyes open.
Pointing at Liu Bei.
Don't forget to bring. The demon lord rolls her eyes. Since when did I say I'd look after you? Seeing Yu Chen stubbornly refusing to close his eyes, the demon lord curses under her breath. He won't give up until I say yes. She has no choice but. Fine. Only then does Yu Chen relax and pass on. He's a cold divine god, strikingly handsome, but all he ever thinks about is dual cultivation. After being turned down by 108 female cultivators, he sets his sights on the demon he figures would be a much better match. But the demon lord treats him like a complete idiot. Darkness falls fast in Shiwu Valley. He Li Xing barely made it to a relatively safe cave before nightfall. Not long after Yu Chen woke up too, he noticed Liu Bei lying nearby. He'd saved both of them. The demon lord asked flatly, Yura, let's talk. You always had to tread carefully around the nice root cultivator. Yu Chen quickly said, hold on, don't say anything yet. He started flipping through his romance manual in his mind. When something feels off, there's always a catch. Look into this. After a while, he found a case that seemed to fit the mood pretty well. So he decided to probe. Did you cheat on someone? The demon lord's veins nearly popped. We don't even know each other. Who the hell would I be cheating on? Right over there. If anyone's cheating, it's you. Yu Chen didn't quite see what knowing each other had to do with cheating, but he still felt relieved. After all, the romance manual said once someone cheats, any chance of love is gone for good. As long as you haven't cheated, I'm good. Another vein bulged down the demon lord's forehead. He reminded himself this guy was useful and managed to calm down. I want to talk business, teaming up to take down the Qi and Qulin. I'll protect you both until you're healed. After we kill it, we each take what we came for. Deal. Yu Chen really wanted to know what he was after. What do you want from the Qulin? What if our goals conflict? The demon lord said that's none of your concern. If they do conflict, we settle on the spot. Every man for himself. Yu Chen fell into thought. I have one condition though. We only take what we each need from it. No killing it. How's that? Li Xing let out a cold snort. You came all this way for the Qi and Qulin, and now you're playing the saint. Yu Chen didn't mind the jab. Just tell me, yes or no. The demon lord figured he didn't need to kill the beast just to get the Qi Kunstone, so he agreed. Fine, you've got a deal. Like that, the two were on the same page. Once you're healed up, we head out to find the Qi and Qulin. Yu Chen didn't sit idle in the cave during that time. He pored over the romance manual and found something useful. When two potential lovers get stranded in the wild, it's often the perfect setup to spark romance. The typical next step, one of them runs a high fever, and the other desperately uses body heat to cool them down, only to catch the fever themselves. Recovers and returns the favor, and after going back and forth a few times, neither of them can hold back anymore, and just like that, the dual cultivation goal was achieved. This method looked pretty effective. The only problem was he descended so long ago he honestly couldn't remember what having a fever felt like. He also had zero idea what a lovesick gaze was supposed to look like. So he just went with his gut, and locked eyes with Li Xing. The demon lord got a random chill, and felt like this guy might just spring up and stab him at any second. Why do you keep staring at me? Yu Chen realized the other man wasn't catching on at all, so he just reached straight for I don't feel well. I'm hot and cold all over. My limbs feel weak, and my head is spinning. Li Xing frowned. That doesn't make sense. There's no more poison left in your system. He reached out to check Yu Chen's pulse, but Yu Chen stopped him. Seeing that he still wasn't getting it, Yu Chen channeled his energy to heal himself high fever. Li Xing looked complete fit. Once you break through foundation building, you can't get sick anymore. What fever are you even talking about? Yu Chen red-faced said there's always an exception to everything. The demon lord was at a loss. He was about to press his hand to Yu Chen's forehead, but Yu Chen stopped. The book says using your hand isn't accurate enough. Yu Chen thought nervously. If everything the book said was true, when our foreheads touch, we should be so overcome with feeling that our lips just naturally meet and then pull apart shyly, both of us quietly taking in this sudden closeness. Narrowed his eyes and studied him for a long moment, then broke into a wicked grin. Alright then, close your eyes first. Here it comes. The story was finally going the way the manual described. Yu Chen quickly shut his eyes and tilted his head, but the very next moment, Li Xing flicked him right in the forehead. Yeah, right? A high fever. Who rounds a fever so hot it could boil water? Faking sick wasn't uncommon, but faking it in a way that played both himself and everyone else for a fool. The demon lord had never seen anything. He genuinely couldn't tell if this guy was messing with him or just completely out of touch with reality. The demon lord caught that blank, lost look in his eye. You snot! What do you even have to feel sorry about? Stop looking at me like that. The bickering slowly roused Liu Bei, who was lying nearby. He Li Xing really wanted to push Yu Chen away, but held back when he saw the wound on Yu Chen's shoulder.
Don't think I don't know what you're up to.
Dropped a little act. Then he glanced over at Lu Bai and said, "Hey, you're finally awake, but don't get the wrong idea. Nothing happened between me and him." Lu Bei's eyes went wide. "Why are you explaining that?" The Demon Lord said, "Aren't you his guy?" A murderous look flashed in Lu Bei's eye. The Demon Lord quickly
He said so himself.
Lu Bei was so furious he nearly clapped. "I want nothing to do with this cold-blooded snake." He straight up admitted to the other guy that his own disciple was his romantic offer, and then said he made a move on his disciple's spirit, all because he had no clue what either of those things actually meant. He completely scared out the person who was trying to. He Li Xing quickly grabbed La. "Whatever beef you two have, take it outside and settle it. Right now we're all badly wounded and stuck in the same place. We're all in the same boat here." Yu Chen could see Lu Bei was losing it. "I know you don't want to travel with me, but you're seriously hurt. You shouldn't be going alone." Lu Bei thought about it. "Fine, that's the first sensible thing you said." But then Yu Chen grabbed Lu Bai by the arm and said, "Besides, I'm genuinely trying to pursue this gentleman here. You need to clear up what's going on between us before you leave." Lu Bei, who had barely calmed down, exploded again. "I'm warning you, there's nothing between us." They were about to come to blows. The Demon Lord stepped. "Enough. I don't care about whatever drama you two have going on. Now that everyone's awake, can we sit down and talk business?" Lu Bei shot him sideways. His tone flat.
"And who are you?"
"Let me introduce everyone. This is a colleague of mine. His name is Liu Bei. And this gentleman here, I actually don't know his name yet."
"Alright, what's your name?"
Lu Bei got even angrier.
"You don't even know his name?
Then you're already trying to pursue him." "My name doesn't matter. What matters is we all have the same target, the Crimson Shield. Can we talk now?" But those words had the opposite. Liu Bei forced himself upright and jabbed a finger at Yu Chen. "So you really did come here for the Qilin? You want to kill him, don't you? Figures. A guy like you would cut down his own flesh, just to get ahead.
Killing a spirit beast is nothing to
The
you.
Demon Lord looked genuinely confused.
Cut down his own flesh and blood.
Scoffed. "I'm not going anywhere with you, period. Go chase your new flame all by yourself." Then he restored his divine, healed instantly, and flew off without looking back. Yu Chen struggled to push himself up, his face full of. Lu Bei left with just one parting word, and then he was gone from the cave. Yu Chen had gotten up too fast, and his wounds tore right back open. He Li Xing had to help him sit back and get his bandages with his cultivation Can. "Do you really need to worry that much?" Then he yanked Yu Chen's robe open.
Yu Chen知道了所以 You don't know.
The Demon Lord found that. "You're not exactly a genius yourself. Besides, the Shiwu Valley is completely deserted.
Who's gonna trick him out?
So what exactly is the deal between you two?" Yu Chen's eyes fell with a look. He was my disciple, but there was a misunderstanding between, and he stopped recognizing me as his master. The Demon Lord's face twisted. "Making a move on your own disciple? What kind of master are you?" Yu Chen completely missed the implication.
No, don't get it wrong.
"I didn't make a move on him. I made a move on his spirit path." The Demon Lord looked even more shocked. "You got some unusual taste." Yu Chen ding it.
What taste?
"Well, since you're his master, your cultivation must be way. So can't you heal up just as fast?" Yu Chen won't fight. "If I restore my village, won't that blow my cover as a god?" Using my injuries to bond with him. So he figured he had to do a few things first before he could restore his vibe. But he was terrible at lying. So he stiffly crooked the finger at the demon. "But over here," He Li Xing just said, "I'm not coming over, say it from there." Yu Chen had no choice but to I could absolutely heal up right now. "But you have to do something with me first. Otherwise, I'm just never getting better." The Demon Lord said nothing. Yu Chen sensed he had him where he wanted him. "You can't take on the Crimson Shield alone. If you don't agree, I'm not helping you. And trust me, I have plenty of ways to keep myself injured indefinitely." The Demon Lord hated being threatened more than anything.
Fine then.
"If that's how you want to play it, our alliance is done." And with that, he got up and seeing that, Yu Chen figured that dating guide was totally. I followed every step it said. So why isn't he reacting the way it predicted? He had no choice but to get up and chase after his divine for you. The Demon Lord watched him struggling to keep up and said exasperated, "Can't you at least patch yourself up?" Yu Chen just looked at him steadily. "We haven't done what we need to do." The Demon Lord let out an irritated blow. "Suit yourself, but I'm warning you, if you still want to work with me, you better get yourself healed. In your current state, shaking you off would be child's play." Yu Chen spotted a trap ahead of him and said, "Hold on." But the Demon Lord wouldn't let him get a word. "Have you made up your mind or not?" Yu Chen's expression was troubled. "Forget the decision for a sec. You really shouldn't be standing there." He Li Xing growled through gritted teeth. "I don't have time for this. I'll ask you one thing. Are you traveling with me or not?" Yu Shen, "What I'm actually trying to say is..."
You just stepped on a formation trap.
The Demon Lord looked down, and sure enough, his foot was right on the edge of a formation. He was speechless. "Why didn't you say something sooner?" He chased. There was no escape. The guy had the nerve to bait the Demon Lord into recreating the romance manual scene. But the kiss he almost had just slipped right through his finger. Li Xing was furious. "Why didn't you warn me sooner?" Yu Chen said softly, "You never gave me the chance to get a word in." The Demon Lord let out a cold. "Your disciple is quite something. He even knows the forbidden illusion array of the demon realm." Yu Shen quickly said it was. The Demon Lord gritted his teeth. "There are only 3 of us here, and this array is right on our path. If not him, then who?" Yu Chen murmured, "It couldn't beat him. The Demon Lord. Even you and your disciple turned against each other. Why couldn't he learn a forbidden technique like this?" But Yu Chen said, "Because he can't. He was born without any talent for drawing talismans. He can't even manage a basic one, let alone something this advanced." Li Xing was completely of all the reasons it was that. But then Yu Chen's headache hit hard. He'd remembered someone from his past, but no matter what, he couldn't figure out who it was. The pain was so bad he coughed up blood. The Demon Lord said, "You're in this state and you're still suppressing your powers." Yu Chen just shook his head. "I'll leash you a banana." The Demon Lord didn't bother arguing. He asked, "Do you know how to break the illusion array?" Yu Shen gave a confident nod, then shot Li Xing a smug little look. The Demon Lord was at a loss. Yu Chen immediately grabbed his hand excitedly. "I want you to do something with me." 15 minutes later, Yu Shen was lying in the Demon Lord's arm. The Demon Lord said, "This is what you've been scheming and pulling tricks for." Yu Chen ignored him and kept reciting his act. "I might be leaving this world soon. I won't be able to walk beside you anymore." The Demon Lord couldn't keep up the act. "Oh, come on. A beast just took a bite out of you. You'll be fine." Yu Chen frowned. "Didn't you agree to do this with me? Can you stick to the script we agreed on?" The Demon Lord said it. Fine, fine, got it. Of all the times to be playing pretend, it's right now. Aren't you worried about your little disciple running into whoever set this trap? Yu Chen was completely puzzled. I just sent out my spiritual sense. He trapped in the illusion too. The Demon Lord, and you're not rushing to find out. Yu Chen glanced away. He can't break the array on his own, and it's only the three of us in here, so he's safe for now. The Demon Lord gave up and closed his eyes. Fine, let's keep going then. He reluctantly took his hand and stiffly received. Don't you dare die. I don't want to lose you. Yu Chen recited back. Before I go, will you grant me one last wish? He Li Xing. Whatever you ask, I'll make it happen. Yu Chen stared at the Demon Lord and said, I want you to. He said only for us. He'd been about to say the line from the manual. The original line was asking him to kiss him. But somehow what came out instead was, I want to eat a fire lotus fruit. He Li Xing's face fell completely. Why did you change the line? How am I supposed to respond to that? Why did I suddenly think of fire lotus fruit? I don't even like that fruit. Why do I want it so badly right now? Well, the Demon Lord lied out. Whatever. Honestly, he'd rather the guy just wanted a fruit. Way better than the original script asking for a kiss on the forehead. So he reached into his robe and pulled out a fruit. Yu Chen was genuinely. Why do you carry this around with you? The Demon Lord didn't want to get into it. I like it. Just eat it. Yu Chen took it and had a bite. Yeah, I really don't like the taste. But I seem to remember that before my ascension, I had my disciple plant fire lotus fruit trees all over the mountain. Why would I have done that? Just so he slid down his face. The Demon Lord was It's just a piece of fruit. It's nothing special. Why are you crying over it? Yu Chen coughed up blood again. The Demon Lord was alive. What is going on with you? Just to chase him and cultivate. Yu Chen was absolutely diligent. Even in such a crude. He had the nerve to ask with a love-struck look on his face. Did your heart skip a beat for me just now? You couldn't hold on any longer. He had no choice but to revert to his divine form. His wounds healed in an instant. He Li Xing. What the heck is wrong with you? You keep coughing up. Well, Yu Chen was just that. This condition has followed me, but it's never flared up this often before. The Demon Lord paused for a moment before he could finish. A blue figure suddenly flashed ahead of them. Isn't that your disciple? Yu Chen had a bad feeling. The two of them quickly went after, only to find two guards posted at the city gate. The Demon Lord was confused. Why are there guards here? Yu Chen shot the Demon Lord a sideways glance. If Liu Bei asked me that, I'd smack him upside the head. The Demon Lord, you would dead. Yu Chen went on to. Tall soldiers are all just illusion, not real people. This is an illusion. And the more realistic the figures, the more effective it is. That's how it traps people inside until they lose their minds and die. At that moment, two guards were pointing their swords at them. They told us, who are you? What's your business? The Demon Lord didn't bother. He was about to charge forward and take them both out, but Yu Chen held him back. Don't do anything. Leave this to me. I've got a plan. The Demon Lord saw his confident look and agreed. Little did he know, the plan was to sit in a jail cell. The Demon Lord was furious. This is your so-called plan. Yu Chen looked completely. Look, the illusion is unpredictable. Starting a fight is too risky. We just need to slip out when the time is right. The Demon Lord let out a cold snort. Like I needed you to tell me that. Just as the two were about to make their escape, Yu Chen suddenly noticed something off about the sleeping soldier. Why did this person have the aura of a living soul? So he quietly crept to get a better look. The Demon Lord rolled his eyes. Can this creep just follow me without cause? He was about to drag Yu Chen away, but Yu Chen gestured at him. Shh, keep it down. Something's not right with this guy. But those words ended up waking the soldier. He spotted them immediately. Are you two the thieves from today? Yu Chen stood there awkwardly with a sheepish grin. The soldier then shouted toward the door. The prisoners are breaking out. The Demon Lord. He grabbed Yu Chen's hand. Forget it. Just run. But by then the cell door had already slammed. The two of them ducked behind another door. Soldiers had already flooded. Yu Chen and He Li Xing were forced to press together. The space was so tight that Yu Chen was practically plastered against the Demon Lord. The Demon Lord felt uncomfortable. Back up a little. Yu Chen frowned. If I move the door, they'll hear us. Out of sight, out of mind. Just ignore him. But inexplicably a restless feeling welled up inside. What was that scent on this guy? It smelled weight without even realizing it. He leaned in and held near Yu Chen's. The moment it dawned on him what he was doing, the Demon Lord immediately jerked his head. Why is my brain always full of nonsense? The Demon Lord was scrambling to pull himself together when Yu Chen suddenly blurted out. All right. What the hell do you want now? The Demon Lord snapped. Seeing the serious look on Yu Chen's face. What is that? Yu Chen asked with a look of genuine concern. Back when we first entered, after you read that story with me, did your heart open up to me even just a little bit? The Demon Lord was cool. I thought it was something serious. Of all the times to bring this up, are you seriously asking me this right now? I'm sure there was a heavenly god who knew nothing about. One was shameless and relentless. The other refused to admit. The Demon Lord cold. Now that we're leaving Shiwu Valley, why don't we just go our separate ways? I have nothing to offer you, so I'm really not worth all this trouble. Yu Chen held his hand tight. If it means I can reach, nothing is too much trouble. The Demon Lord was. You really think reciting a few lines together is gonna make me fall for you? Yu Chen said, the books say that nothing opens the heart faster than a brush with death. He Li Xing was beef. You're not actually dying, Bo. Yu Chen seized the moment and asked, what if I were? Would that move your heart? The Demon Lord hesitated. If I play along, this guy might actually do something crazy. So he pushed Yu Chen's head away immediately. Don't even if you shattered to pieces, I wouldn't spare you a glance. For some reason, when Yu Chen, a sudden pang hit him in the chest. How have we been searching this long and found nobody? There's only one exit. They have to still be in here. The Demon Lord finally remembered the guard. What was that you were saying about the guards earlier? Yu Chen shook. I'm not sure yet. Everything happened so fast. I didn't get a chance to check, but my gut says those guards aren't entirely illusions. The Demon Lord was surprised. You mean they're real people too? Yu Chen gave a firm nod. But there's only the faintest trace of life on them, which is what's throwing me off. In the end, the two of them were spotted by the guards. A sharp blade came thrusting on pure instinct. The Demon Lord threw his hand in front of Yu Chen, shielding him from the blow. Yu Chen froze for a sec. Is she protecting me? The two of them managed to escape shortly. The Demon Lord stared at the wound on his hand. An illusion? Why isn't this healing? Yu Chen gently took He Li Xing's arm. Is your arm okay? He Li Xing brushed it off. It's fine. Just wrap it up and it'll be good. But Yu Chen insisted. You can't bandage it with just one hand, Bo. The Demon Lord reluctantly held up as Yu Chen bandaged the wound. Thank you for stepping in to protect me back. The Demon Lord let out. Don't flatter yourself, I just couldn't afford to lose the only person who can break this formation. Yu Chen refused to give. Really, not even a little move. The Demon Lord was after. Not even a little. Yu Chen looked scared. He's my guide to love, just not good enough. Maybe once I'm out of the solution, I should ask the god matchmaking for help. Yu Chen thought it over and since we can't find Lu Bai right now, how about we go look for the two formation cores first? The Demon Lord was puzzled. Formation. Do you even know what you're doing? Yu Chen looked a little embarrassed and explained. The Nanki illusion isn't like a regular one. That's why there are two. The Demon Lord didn't question it further. You take the south, I'll take the north, and we meet back here. Deal? And with that, the two went their separate ways. Yu Chen felt a wave of, I'm sorry for lying to you. I just can't reveal who I am yet. And what I have to do next is too dangerous. I can't drag you into it. By now, he had come face to face with a woman in red. She didn't run. It was as if she'd been waiting for him. The moment she saw him, fury. This CD was destroyed by the barrier you set. Bodies stretched for miles. Yu Chen was filled with emotion. I was trying to contain the crimson flame Tulin and keep it from harming others, so I had no choice but to seal the area. But I never until we're already loose inside the city. They fed on each other. To keep it from spreading, I had to sacrifice the people inside, and none of them made it out. Even so, you should not have abandoned rebirth and chosen the path of avenging. The woman in red rose to her. The path I walk is my own choice. I've already gone too far down this road so to turn back. So why come to me now with your hollow words? Yu Chen felt even more guilty. It's not too late for you to turn back. I'm willing to give up 1,000 years of power to free you from this suffering and let you be reborn. The woman smiled. And just how does the immortal plan to save me? Without another word, Yu Chen began to release his power. But the woman broke into a wail. You think 3 empty words are enough to make me forgive everything? In the blink of an eye, the woman struck without warning, driving her magic clean through Yu Chen's body. At that moment, she was already giving up his time. She completely caught off guard by her attack. Blood poured from the wound. The woman snarled with vicious, I want you dead. He talks a big game about how much he never thought he'd actually have feelings for anyone. Yet, when it was life or death, he threw himself in front of that thieving life to protect. Yu Chen had already been bound by the woman in red's magic. There was no break. His spiritual power vanished in. She blasted him out of the sky. Without his power to shield him, he was good as dead. Just as she thought it was all over, a familiar voice reached Yu Chen's ears. What the hell do you think you're doing? Chen was stunned. It was Bingling Jin's. A pair of strong hands had already caught him, pulling him into a ferment. Yu Chen looked at him with suspicion. He thought, didn't I send this guy away? Why is he back? The Demon Lord said. What are you staring at? We agreed to split up and find the formation's eye. Why the hell did you come here looking for this crazy one? Hold on. How come I can't sense your spiritual power? Yu Chen had no choice but to cut. This woman is the master of this illusion. I was trying to help her pass on to the next life, but she's sealed by spiritual power. The Demon Lord and punched him right on the head. Do you have any idea what that's going to cost you? Are you out of your mind? Yu Chen clutched. He said, looking all pitiful. Hey, can we talk about this? Lay off the head. Then he quickly explained, trying to smooth things off. Relax. Her cultivation level, she can't keep me sealed. My power is already coming back. The Demon Lord just rolled his eyes. Who the hell asked if you were okay? The woman saw that Yu Chen was still alive and completely lost. You have to be the one who sacrificed and does all of this, while these people just get to walk away without a scratch. Bitterness and rage towards her. She made a desperate reckless decision. You all can go straight to hell. The guards inside the illusion felt their masters call and came swarming in from all directions. Yu Chen's heart. This is bad. Wrong. The Demon Lord carried Yu Chen and ran. I found the formation's eye. It's in the district north of the city. We go find the other one now. Yu Chen felt a pang of guilt. Sorry, I lied to you earlier. There's actually only one formation eye here. Just to get rid of me. I wouldn't have stopped. Why go through all that trouble? The two of them fled in a panic. Helixing raised his hand and sealed the city gate shut. Using what little spiritual power he had left to set up a barrier at the gate, he prepared to break the formation's eye. Yu Chen let out a sigh. Save your energy. It won't work. She spent 1,000 years of cultivation building this illusion. You're nowhere near her level. You can't break through it. The Demon Lord shot back stubbornly. Yu Chen didn't bother trying to smooth it over. I can break this barrier, but I need to wait for my power. Inside the city, the guards were hammering at the gates like mad. Work on reinforcing the barrier at the gate. Buy me as much time as you can. I need to get my power back fast. So the Demon Lord took up his sword and stood ready to hold the line as long as he could. But his power was restricted, and the endless fighting drained him fast. He was finally stuck. The barrier was slowly being torn open. More and more guards kept, and these things just wouldn't die. Cut them down and they'd pop right back up. After pushing through for a while, the Demon Lord was completely. He shouted over to Yu Chen. Hurry up! I can't hold on much. Yu Chen was still in the middle of recovering his power. The Demon Lord was shielding, fighting with everything he had to hold them back. He slowly ran out of strength and crumpled down, but he still refused to give up, forcing himself to hold on. Yu Chen heard the shout and looked up. Helixing was covered in blood, collapsed on the ground. Yu Chen cried out. Ah! To hide from the demon beast, the two of them ended up lying together in a really awkward position. Offered to lie on the bottom, saying he wasn't worried about being crushed. The Demon Lord's voice trembled. It's no use, don't waste your energy, just break the barrier first. Yu Chen's heart clenched. He pushed through the discomfort. It's enough, don't worry about it. By then the prison guards outside had completely broken through the gate and were swarming. Yu Chen held Helixing up and fought them off with everything. Helixing was getting worse by the second. Haikyou Jianhualing had already passed out. If they dragged this on any longer, his life would be on the line. Yu Chen panicked. Hold on, I'm getting you out of here right now. He chopped through. No choice. He bent the massive enchanted spiritual energy and tore a gap in the barrier by force. Yu Chen cast a protective barrier around Helixing, shoved him to the opening and stayed behind himself. The illusion realm was collapsing, but he couldn't just let all those townspeople be shattered along with it. Helixing came to a good while after being pushed out. When he finally woke up, he was outside the illusion realm, but that scoundrel was nowhere to be found. He clearly remembered the Nanki illusion array only stayed open for 15 minutes. What the hell was that guy still doing in there? Yu Chen heard him and simply called, "Bye, you're off." And the Lord lost it. Would you stop messing around and just get out already? Yu Chen just gave a calm Emmy and said, "Got it, almost done." Helixing couldn't make out what he was mumbling, and time was nearly up. In a panic, he shouted, "Who just get out right now and I'll go through that original script with you." Suddenly a pale white hand reached out, and then Yu Chen's ashen face appeared at the opening. You better keep your word. His lips were trembling as he collapsed to the ground. Back towards I had blurted out in a panic and couldn't help but laugh. He Lixing snapped, what the hell are you laughing at? You think you're the only one who knows how to cast barriers? You won't necessarily be able to break mine either. He forced himself upright. I'm not laughing at that, it's just you're badly hurt on complete drain. If we run into trouble, neither of us can protect ourselves. I said this bear and I still have energy to spare. A regular demon beast won't be able to break through it. Until we've both recovered, you're safer staying inside. It was quiet for a moment. So how bad are your injuries? Plah, not too bad. I just burned through a lot. Breaking those erases back to back and guiding the spirits to drain you me further. He Lixing exploded. You stayed in there that long just to send those souls to rest. How tough. So beautiful, thousands of years old, tens of thousands of them. Weren't you scared you'd never make it out? Yu Chen couldn't let him know his true cultivation level, so he said, save whoever you can, right? Besides, I figured I had just enough time. Just let out a heavy ground. Save. I don't want to hear it. You've got no spiritual energy left. What happens if we run into a demon beast? Yu Chen looked at him quietly. Then I squeeze in with you. He Lixing was speechless. I see too late to take back what I said. Fit one person, so the two of them were forced to squeeze in together in a very undignified position. Hey Yu Chen, even helpfully offer you don't have to move. I'm not a spiritual energy, but I'm still physically fine. I'll just prop myself up over you. Good arm workout too. He Lixing was speechless. Why did I ever butt in? Now he looked at their awkward position. Actually, let me shift. We can lie on our sides. Yu Chen had no idea what was going through his head, but he nodded and immediately turned to face He Lixing side by side. He Lixing's temple throbbed. I said back to back, now face to face. Yu Chen let out a small, sounding a little hurt. Do you just really not want to look at me? You literally just said you'd go through the original script with me. They did. You're hurt and can't move easily. I'll be the one to turn over. He said that and turned away. The was stunned. How could this guy just expose his back to him without a second thought? Yu Chen's pale neck affair in front of him. That faint woody scent was messing with his head. Like one bite would have him shaking and begging for mercy. Just then, Yu Chen glanced back. Your breath is really warm. Are you okay? Xing snapped back to reality. What was I just thinking? He jerked his head away stiffly. Nothing, just a little uncomfortable. Yu Chen didn't think anything of it and said, let's switch then. You lie on the bottom, I'll be on top. Yu Chen was completely lost. Is he worried I'll collapse and crush him? So he lay down flat and said, then I'll be on the bottom. You go on top, I can handle the weight. Just lie on me. He Lixing was equal parts furious and flustered. His ears the demon lord is such a... His ears went red when they got close. But he still told her not to read into it. Like the two of them could ever happen. Yu Chen asked, you don't look so good. Are you in a lot of pain? Are you still upset? Because you took that hit from me earlier. Yu Chen said, if it really bothers you, next time someone attacks me, I won't dodge, I'll handle it myself, okay? Who the hell is upset about that? But Yu Chen said, you said you weren't mad in the illusion either. But you've looked angry this whole time. He Lixing was at a loss to Yu Chen's forehead. Then turned away and said, don't read into, I just don't like going back on my word. That's all it was. I'm going to say. A flicker of disappointment crossed Yu Chen's eye. Sure, she got in her teeth. But that quick little peck was nothing like the passionate kiss she'd read about. Not even close. And he looked so reluctant to hope. Yu Chen quietly closed her eye. When it comes to winning someone's heart, she needed to call in a real expert. Nanchang was useless. So she stayed up writing a letter and sent it off while He Lixing was asleep. The next morning, He Lixing woke up and found his head resting on something soft. He reached down the trunk. It was a slim, slender waist. He shadowed pride. Yu Chen looked out. You're awake? You okay? He Lixing yanked her hand away. Stop touching me like it. Yu Chen was... Why was she so worked up today? How's your wound? Any better? The demon lord played it maybe tough. 40-50%. What about you? Yu Chen said her spiritual energy was only about 30% recovered. Just as they were talking. A just agonizer echoed from the Qian killing in the distance. Looked like someone was making a move. But you're injured. He Lixing knew what she meant. It's fun. Let's go check it out. The Qian chewing was trapped inside a spell, unable to move. He Lixing and Yu Chen hid in the bushes. Watch out! He found suspicious. Did that woman not die after all? Yu Chen shook her head. She definitely died in the illusion. Must be an accomplice. We're not fully shielded yet. We shouldn't make a move. So Yu Chen cast a spell to trace the source of the formation. After searching for a while, she found the one who said it ruled. He stood there stone-faced, subduing the Tuling. He Lixing was stunned. How is your disciple involved in this? Then he noticed the formation beneath Liu Bei's figure. That array looks familiar. I think I've seen it in some old tome somewhere. He Lixing scratched his head. They should be spell their forces to act entirely according to the caster's will. But using dark magic like that comes at a huge price. Possibly even their life. Yu Chen was shocked. So Liu Bei's mind is being controlled. He Lixing nodded. Someone must be controlling your disciple, using him to control the Qian Tulin. The demon lord didn't go through all that trouble. Couldn't they just control the Tulin direct? Yu Chen looks stiff. This Tulin is an ancient divine being. Whoever's pulling the strings clearly doesn't have the power. So they were afraid that's why they use it. The demon lord saw. Your disciple's cultivation isn't not necessarily easier to control than the Tulin, is he? Yu Chen shook her head. But he's easy to fool. He Lixing just stared blank. Great. Another day of being moved to tears by this master and disciple duel. Amid conversation, the Qian Tulin suddenly convulsed and coughed up a deep red stone. Both of them frozen shock. It was a shard of the Qian Kun stone. Yu Shen and He Lixing exchanged a glance. So they were both after the Qian Kun stone. The Tulin was already moving in for the attack. He Lixing was stunned. The woman in red from the illusion had stepped out. Yu Chen shook his head. They're not the same person. Probably sisters. One keeping Niu distracted inside the other controlling Liu Bei from outside to grab the end stone. The Qian Kun stone was about to be taken. Yu Chen immediately blasted the woman back. But the barrier they were holding up was about to be broken by the Crimson Tulin. The woman still wouldn't give up. Yu Chen could see these two sisters from Baiping City were being used by she was controlling both Liu Bei and the Tulin all on her own. She had to be nearly at her limit. She couldn't hold out much longer. She burned herself out. Yu Chen didn't want to actually hurt Liu Bei, so he was only fighting bare. He Lixing was why won't these those cultivators just quit? And when I first attacked the Crimson Tulin, why did it rebound on me? Yu Chen's eyes lit up. You're thinking about attacking the Crimson Tulin. and letting the rebound hit Luo Bei. Yu Shen thought it through. Before it was corrupted, the King's an ancient Qu, protected by the laws of heaven. If you hit it with a concentrated burst of power all that spiritual energy would get thrown right back at you. They could use that to end the fight. Healing asked you're gonna bait it into attacking your own disciple. Aren't you worried he'll get hurt? Yu Chen knew Lu Bei had the golden body shield protecting him. The Crimson Qiling's rebound wouldn't hurt him at all. It probably raised questions about who he really was. So he asked casually but deliberately, does that wound still hurt? Helixing gave him a flat look.
What does it matter if it
We're
hurts?
about to die and you're asking about
Yu
that?
Chen leaned in. I know a way to make the pain stop.
Helixing was curious. Oh yeah, huh. That's when Yu Chen knocked him out cold. The woman was completely spent. She ordered Lu Bei to deliver a killing blow to Yu Chen.
Yu Chen side step.
Then the strike landed directly on the demon beast. The woman finally collapsed power-like, watching her fade away.
Yu Chen voice off. I met your sister.
I'm sorry I couldn't save her.
As for you,
there's nothing more I can do now. You know that those who walk the ghost path don't get reincarnated.
The woman let out the cry. Yu Chen continued.
All the lost souls from the city back then, I've already guided them passing through reincarnation clean with a fresh start. Nothing from their past lives will follow them. If your parents or loved ones were among them, they'll be moving on soon too. Whether she heard any of it, no one could say. Her body was already slowly dissolving, fading from this world.
It was over.
He hoped they could leave without carrying hatred with them. Let this grudge that's festered for thousands of years finally come to an end.
With everything said, he said to him,
I've got an idea.
want to hear it.